And our word for today on this memorial of St. Peter Claver on this Monday, September the 9th, our word for today is restored. And here to talk about it is Father Mark Davis. Good morning, Father.
Good morning, David. Good morning, Ron. It's so good to be with you.
It is good to be with you.
Are those guys walking 18 miles a day?
I think it was what...
they started off with 13 yesterday, 18 today, and I think similar tomorrow.
If I walked 18 miles, I would need some restoration. I think that's the word of the day. Yeah. I would need to be restored. Yeah. But there is a story about a doctor from another country who couldn't find a job in a hospital here in the United States, so he opened his own clinic. And he puts a sign outside that says, "Get restoration treatment for $20. If not cured, you get back $100.
Ooh, I like that.
So there's someone who's very, very astute of the law that said this is a great opportunity to earn some money. So he goes in and he says to the doctor, "I have lost my sense of taste. Nurse, bring medicine from box number 14 and put 3 drops in patient's mouth." And then she does that, and the guy says, "Ugh, this is kerosene. Congratulations, your sense of taste is restored. Give me my $20. The annoyed man goes back after a few days to try to recover his money. "I've lost my memory, doctor. I can't remember anything." "Nurse, bring medicine from box number 14, put 3 drops in his mouth." And the man, annoyed, said, "This is kerosene. You gave me this the last time for restoring my taste. Congratulations, you got your memory back. Give me my $20. The fuming man pays him, then comes back a week later determined to get back his $100. "Doctor, my eyesight has become very weak. I cannot see at all." "Well, I don't have any medicine for that, so take this $100. And the man staring at the note says, "But this is $20, not $100. Congratulations, your eyesight is restored. Give me $20.
Very good. Oh, I like it.
Okay. So, in today's gospel, Jesus restored the man with the withered hand, and all the Pharisees and the scribes, the church people, cared about is whether he was doing it on the Sabbath or not. So the story says that here's this foreign doctor, who is not recognized and be able to really use his gifts. He sets up a clinic, and this other man was trying to be able to rip him off, and he felt that the doctor was ripping him off, and it was all external. It was all not really about restoration and healing. Right. It was all about the external. So what is it? So the doctor had to prove in an external way that he could back up that he was restoring the man. And the man was just trying to be able to prove that nothing happened to be able to just make more money. There were games of external going on. And so this passage about restoration, Jesus always makes a cure to talk about something that's healing on a deeper level. The man's hand was withered, and I think he was saying that so many of the people in the church at that time, their faith was withered. It became keeping up the institution, keeping up the externals, keeping it the way externally, the structures that they always were, but not necessarily bringing anyone to God. And so this reminds me of what Jesus said last week in one of the daily readings about you can't put new wine into old wine skins. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never drank wine out of a wineskin. So I never really understood that. But here's the thing. When you put wine into a new wineskin, they both grow together because the wine expands. If the wineskin is old, it doesn't have any, here's the word, give in it. So therefore it bursts and cannot contain the new wine. Jesus' Spirit, whether it's at the time of the Vatican Council in the early 60s when there were excitement then, if it's now with all of, the spirituality growing now with people, a lot of young people being drawn more to things that are more transcendent, and reverent in their eyes, no matter where we are in history, Jesus always is new wine and always calls us to grow. Whoever we are, Jesus is always calling us out of our old, quote unquote, wineskins, our own structures, just like the Pharisees and the scribes couldn't see Jesus's power because they had the old structure, the old wineskins. Jesus is calling us for real restoration, not restoration of the old, and to be not restoration of the externals of society and the world that we think we want, but a restoration of spirit, new wine and new growth in spirit, not in control, not in the externals, but the internal. But if we want and are to grow, we have got to have some give in our mindset and in our beings in order for the new wine of Jesus to grow in us. My friends, have a wonderful week, and let us pray that God gives us a new mind and a new heart for his new wine to expand not only us, but the world, and restore us all to the presence of God in our world, our country, and our church. God bless you.
Amen.
Thank you, Father.